back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Logan Elizabeth and I'd be more than happy to have you. So today is just kind of more of a laid back video. It's just me kind of talking about stuff. You are going to see that I'm wearing the same everything as I did my last video because I'm pre-recording. So today I'm talking kind of about my engagement ring story, if that makes any sense. So it started right before we got engaged. He and I went shopping and we were just looking, but we happened to run into a store. I'm not going to name the store, but it's like it's not a popular chain store, but it is like a chain store. And they were having a sale on a Veragio because they were discontinuing selling Veragios, so it was super discounted. It was like 75% off. And they were like, oh, this is like not going to stay long, which I believed. Like, I still believe because it was like a clearance item because they were discontinuing it. So we kind of just like bit the bullet and like bought the ring even though we weren't planning on it. But we knew we were getting engaged and like eventually, but we just didn't know when exactly, like the exact moment, but we knew soon. And so we went ahead and bought the ring because I was like, you can keep the ring until you're ready to actually ask me. It's like, it's fine. So we bought the ring, the setting, and then the diamond too. Love my diamond so much, and I loved the ring so much, and I was so excited just to get it. I don't have any video of it, but I will like put a couple different photos that I still have in it right here. So it had the main stone that you purchase separately, and then it has the two side stones, and then the ones on the side, and then it had a flat bottom, which I guess is like a European style, and I loved it so much. And I wear a size 5.5, so they had to resize it down to a 5.5. And I got it in January of 2016. And then I want to say March, I went in to just get it clean, and when they were expecting it, sorry, I got a text message, I don't know if it went off or not. When they were inspecting it to clean it, they noticed that I had a small little diamond on the side that had fell out. So she was like, oh, we'll send this in because I have a lifetime warranty. They're like, we'll send it in for free, no worries. Like, everything will be fine, we'll fix it, we'll get it back to you. So like 2 weeks later, I go back and I pick it up, and like I noticed it, like not when the girl handed it to me, but like later in the day once it was like not super sparkly shiny when I was like touching it and stuff, that where they had like re-pronged, because they re-tipped my prongs, and when they had re-pronged it, they had blackened all of the tips, and they like didn't clean it off very well. So I was kind of confused about that they like felt like that was okay enough to like give it back to me when it was still kind of black. If I'm looking around, I'm sorry, I do that when I talk. And I need to look at the camera. Where was I? Oh, so I noticed that like it was darkened around the prongs, but they had re-tipped all of them, and I just didn't really think anything of it. I loved my ring. I could like see past it type of stuff. Like, it just wasn't that big of a deal. And I didn't know, but when you take that ring down from the way that the little diamonds were set, so when they like pull it like this to make it smaller, that it loosened all those, and they didn't warn me that that was going to happen. So like a month or so goes by, and I was at school, and I was like messing with the microwave at school, like putting food in for myself, and I noticed that I had another diamond that fell out. So I was like, I thought they re-tipped all my prongs. Like, I don't get it. Why is this happening? We had a family friend that is a gemologist look at the ring, and she basically told me that I like gave her all my paperwork, and I took the ring to her, and we like sat down and talked about it, that my diamond she thought was not what they said it was, like my main center stone diamond. And then the setting was just poorly constructed afterwards. Like, she said more than likely it was good quality at once, but because what they did to it when they were retipping it, they just completely ruined the metal, basically. So I took it in, and I went in with the initiative that my diamond, which is like crazy that it was supposedly like worth a lot less, but I loved my diamond, so like it kind of didn't really mean that big of a deal to me, but it was more of a big deal that they basically ruined my ring. That was my engagement ring. So we went in, I talked to him, and long story short, they ended up giving me an even trade. So I was past the return, and I was past the exchange time period. But because of like it being damaged and them wanting to obviously make it all right, they were going to do an even Steven trade. So I had to find something that was worth the same value as that discounted price as for a whole ring, basically. So I was looking at all the rings, and they obviously didn't have the same one, so I couldn't just get another one of those because they weren't making them anymore. And I kept looking at them, and I just like, I did not like what I was seeing because it like wasn't my ring, you know what I mean? It just wasn't what I had like fallen in love with and stuff, which really sucked. And I ended up actually crying at one point because I was getting so frustrated, and the girl that was like helping us out got pretty rude, and like, because I would not like something, but I was not going to force myself to like something just because, you know what I mean? Like, I have to look at it every day of my life, like, for the rest of my life. Like, I want to be able to make it a positive thing, if that makes any sense. So I kept saying, I don't know, and like my mom and Sean were there, and they were trying to get me to like different things, and I was just like, I was so fed up. But eventually another woman ended up coming over once I started crying and helping, and she was the one that helped us find my other ring. So I still have that. I'm trying to sell it, but it's really hard to resell these things, especially for what you try to get the money that you spent out of them. So I picked out a double band, so it has two bands that come into one. I'll do a close-up of it for you. My diamond's obviously not in it anymore, but it's white gold, and it's just like one of their rings, I'm pretty sure, like that they sell. But I did like it. It has 6 prongs, so I felt secure, and the diamonds were on the side were placed a little bit different, but it was a size 7, and I was so nervous because of what happened before to get it resized down to my size. And so I was like, you know what, just don't even resize it. Like, I'll think about how I want to figure that part out. Maybe I'll solder like my wedding ring to it that is my size or whatever. Like, I just didn't know. So I wore like a ring snuggie that I like bought at Claire's for like a pack of like 8 for like $6 or something like that. I don't even remember. But I wore those on it, and it's just like this little piece of plastic clear piece that goes right here. And that's what I wore for a while. I got that in July of 2016, and I wore it until November, but like every day I looked at it and it wasn't my ring. When I looked at it, it wasn't the ring that he and I had picked out together. It wasn't what I had envisioned, and not to mention, because we had spent so much, we had got such a good deal on our ring, it wasn't as good quality. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Like, we had spent so much less because of the discounted price on our other ring, and then we did the even Steven trade, that this wasn't as good quality, I felt. So then I started looking online and looking on Pinterest and Etsy and looking at all these different websites, and I ended up coming across an Etsy seller. I will leave where I got the ring that I'm wearing now, and that will be forever my ring. I will leave it down in the description bar. It is an amazing, they don't have a lot of people that sell from them. They're based out of LA, and the guy that helped me, his name was Jonathan, and he was literally amazing. This obviously is not sponsored, but it like completely like changed my view, you know what I mean? Like, I looked at my ring and I just like literally love it so much. It's my same diamond. I love my diamond. It has imperfections, but when I look at my diamond, and no one to a regular eye would see the imperfections, but because I know where they are, I can spot them out. But when I look at it, it's my ring. It has a little bit of imperfections, as everything else does in this world. Like, a diamond doesn't need to be perfect, like, in that form. It can be perfect to me. I had to spit. It can be perfect to me with its little imperfections and inclusions in it. My diamond weighs 0.84, I think, but it's a lower cut, so the top of it's supposed to look more like a carat, if that makes any sense. So I'll show you a close-up of the ring that I'm wearing now. The guy that kind of helped me customize it, he had a ring that was just the solitaire diamond with the same band that is shown now, and then it has the flat bottom on it. And Sean and I both agreed, and Sean insisted that I needed a halo. So I actually customized that halo on there, and I think that the listing's even on their website. But he helped me out, and they do like moldings to your finger, so I wasn't worried about the whole like resizing and losing diamonds or anything like that. And they were super helpful. He was never pushy. He literally talked to me for probably like 3 weeks of answering all my ridiculous questions that I had, that I was just nervous about getting another ring and making that purchase. But I mean, when I look at it, it's my ring now. Like, it's not the ring that I had, but it's my ring. Like, I feel so happy about it, and I love it so much, and it's rose gold, and I think rose gold looks really good with my skin tone, and it's something different, but not, like, overly different. Like, it's not an everyday ring, but it's something that kind of resembles me, I guess, if that makes any sense. And I get compliments on it all the time, and it's so shiny and pretty, and I love it. So yeah, that's my story. This is my 3rd engagement ring, and we've only been engaged a little bit over a year, so that's just a little bit much, and you need to say so myself, but there is reasons behind it. So if you have any questions about all 3 of the rings, or the process, buying process, or anything, or like anything about what I talked about, go ahead and leave it in the description. Don't leave it in the description, because you can't. Leave it in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I love you all so much, and I appreciate you all so much, and I thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day!